Bonjour, je m'appelle Alix. Or, for those of you who don't speak American Sign Language or French, hello, my name is Alex. So, for as long as I can remember, I've always been interested in learning and learning about language. All sorts of language, whether that be speaking a different language like French or visual languages such as American Sign Language. And while I know most people aren't as interested in languages as I am, I want to talk about some of the advantages and the benefits of learning languages. So, learning new languages can oftentimes seem like a chore, kind of like a boring class that you have to take. And I know that a lot of the times it's intimidating. You've got this whole new language. You've got the alphabet. You've got every single word that they've made for that language to learn. And that's so much. But learning new languages have been shown to increase your creativity, improve your memory, and even heighten your multitasking capabilities, along with so many other things. And honestly, who wouldn't want that? So let's start. So when you're learning a new language, it is really hard not to become at least a little bit interested in the culture of the language that you're learning. And it's extremely difficult to even understand the culture of those from a certain place without first knowing the language that they speak. So, as an example, let's start with whistling at a sporting event. In America, that is seen as it's extremely good. It is showing support for your team and for those around you. But let's say in Italy, for instance, it's not good. It has an extremely bad connotation. It even is considered as bad as booing the team. And so as you can see, it may be hard to pick up on something that small without first knowing the language. In this case, Italian. So I know this is just one small little thing and you're like, oh, how could that actually affect my learning of the culture? Well, if you miss something that small, maybe you imagine larger things you could end up missing while learning about the culture if you don't understand the language first. And while all of that is important, new languages help you become more cultured, but it also helps with health. It has health benefits. Amazing. So statistics have shown that learning even as just a second language, if you're not into learning more than one, just start learning the alphabet or learning the few basic words of a language. And studies have shown that learning a new language can help improve your memory. Learning a new language uses parts of your brain that if you were to just use one language for the rest of your life, you would never be able to actually access. So basically, the more the brain is used, the better the functions will work. Use it or lose it. Makes sense, right? Yeah. So, learning a new language can even make you more aware of a person's body language in relation to what they are saying. So, for instance, in Polish, there's no word for yes or yeah, which are more casual words that you use more often. So, they really only have a word for of course, which is a bit formal for everyday use and in certain situations. So you really have to pay attention to the body language of the person you're talking to and how they say it, like their tone, to even be able to understand the context and make sure you're understanding this right, what they're saying. So, last but not least, another way that learning a second language can be beneficial for your brain is that it improves your ability to multitask. So, studies have shown that people who know more than one language have an increased capability for problem solving and are far less likely to have an accident behind the wheel while multitasking. The reasoning behind this is the ability to move from one language to another, such as in conversation. Moving from one language to another uses a part of your brain in charge of multitasking. It improves because of continued use. And if we think back a little bit, didn't we just say use it or lose it? This is the good example of what that actually is. Using new sections of your brain, like the multitasking section, and starting into the new sections of your brain that learning a new language helps with memory are so important. So, it is also shown that people who know more than one language can adapt easier to unexpected circumstances, like you may encounter driving, or in any other kinds of multitasking. So, with all of these benefits in mind, like learning about new cultures, improved memory, and even a heightened multitasking capabilities, maybe you'll reconsider picking back up that language you started learning back in high school, oh so long ago. And who knows, maybe you'll get hooked on learning new languages just as I have.